さあ続きをやっていきましょうか。前回このパパの方に息子はもう死んでますよという話をしたんですが、前回見つけた証拠でこれですね。その漁師のルイスが酒場の主に酒場の主がルイスにお金を借りているという情報が手に入ったんで、こっちの方の捜査もちょっと進めていきましょうか。で、多分この酒場のっていうのはこの龍骨の下のことですよね、多分。バーアンダーザケール、ここか。ちょっとここを探索していきこれなんだ、血直してる。
Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days. Oh, yeah.
弾
Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
バレットって言ってるよな。弾食うの？
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
ビリーって誰だ？ちょっと入ってみましょうか。お、ハーモニカ。このおっちゃんには話しかけられないのか。
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
ああ、前回あったあのモンスターのこと
Carpenter's
か。
food giveaway with this darn port closure.
うん。この人は話しかけられない。
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
ああ、
I've seen
まず
some
不気味な生き物の話から聞
unsettling
くか。
creatures around, like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
ここで薬品みたい
You
なの
wouldn't
買える
happen
の
to
か
know
な
a fella called Lewis, would you?
Do you expect me to know every darn man in this Borg? Stop bothering me. I got paying customers here.
Fine, let me be blunt. Is this your note? I don't see any other bars around.
Look, outsider. I don't know who you are and what you want, but I do know one thing. Stop bothering me, or you'll be in a world of trouble. Capiche?
Bye.
うん。口終わらない
You
な。
want a drink?
うん。お、この奥にも行けるぞ。
You want a drink?
なんか手に入ったりしないかな。お、これなんか証拠を突きつけられたりとかできないのかな。 なんかいい。
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
目が綺麗だ。
Really? Like what?
教えてくれ。
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
ああ、なるほどね。表のやつが玉くれてたのは食おうとしてたんじゃなくて、玉で何か交換しようとしてたのか。
Let's hear what my future
まあ
holds.
一個あげるか。
Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
意味わかんなかったな。
I think I'd like my bullet back.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught an early glimpse.
Why do I feel like I got scammed?
まあ占いなんてそんなもんだよな。また人がいる。
What the? Get them! Oh.
この人は話してないのか。
The door won't budge.
壊せないのか。
The door won't budge.
ダメか。これとこれ繋がんないかな。やっぱ繋がった。スログモートを恨んでいたと。これとこれも繋がるか。あ、繋がんないのか。あ、なるほどね。ここに隠れてる可能性があるのか。なるほど。心の目とかで見れるか。まだ質問がある。
Didn't I tell you to stop snooping around? Buy a drink or get out.
You did. But I found out more about Lewis Flynn.
Are they making him thicker out of town these days? I told you, I ain't saying squat. Go away.
そいつは水回りなら俺が何とかできる。犯罪者をかくまっているな。直球でいくか。
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt to Lewis near his cold, dead body. And it looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to come here and ask instead of me?
What?
Don't what me? At best, you're harboring a criminal. At worst, you're an accessory to murder.
What? No. I ain't done nothing.
Tell that to Mr. Throckmorton.
No. Throck. Lewis is upstairs. Here's the key.
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day.
はい、さよなら。いやー、辛辣の闇だったね。ここに隠れてたのか。
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
インスマス人思ったよりも強靭だったな。一体何が起きた？
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
その後、樽みたいなの投げられて、ルイスは気を失って銃を発射しながら追いかけていったと。
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
そうだね。でも殺した後に森に突き刺して吊るし上げたんだから意図的なものにも
The
見えたな。
things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
じゃあインスマス人のなぜそんな概念なんだ？
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
なるほど。海に祝福を受けたと。
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
グランドファミリー。
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
なるほど。
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
まあ弾ねもらっとくか。
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
記憶の宮殿に新しい証拠が。なるほど。正気を失っていて他の漁師たちと同様に精神的な影響を受けていた。これ選べってことかな。アルバート・スログモートと争っていた間、ルイスは自分の行動を理解していた。こっちかな。これなんだ。なるほど。ああ。ここで異なる結末が導かれることがありますって書いてあるのはこういうことか。精神影響の話をしなければルイスが殺したことが確定になって、計画的に殺したことが確定になってパパスログモードにぶち殺されてしまうと。ルイスはな重要人物な気がするから生かしておきたいんだよな。というわけで多分これで証拠が全部揃ったんじゃないかな。パパスログモートのところに行きますか。はいどうも。犯人は死んだ過去嘘。なるほど、こういう選択肢なのか。じゃあ嘘つくか。
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. They tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast's. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
自分の幻覚の原因を調べている。
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I need it to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
地質
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
もしかしてパパソーフモーター結構賢い。幻覚と集団失礼に関連性はあるのか
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
彼女、女性なんだ。
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
人為的なものだったのか。
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
地質調査で深海調査に行ったのかな。
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
なるほど。遠征調査について詳しく教えてほしい。
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
そこも東京も教えてもらえると。じゃあ報酬
What
で。
about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
めっちゃ経験値もらった。っていうことはやっぱりあんまり銃を撃たない方がいいのかな。海底の木図と消える。そういえば息子の衣装はどうしたんだっけ。衣装というかあそこで拾った。
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
あ、すいません。まあとりあえずこれで第一の事件は解決と。ルイスをかばって嘘をつき、ルイスはもう化け物に殺されましたと。こ これやっぱり選択肢次第では後のストーリーに影響したりするのかな。これで先に行けるようになったはず。違う。スログモートン機はどこなんだろうな。まあいいか。とりあえずこれで一つ目の事件解決ということで。お、警察もいなくなってる。じゃあ次回は第2の事件ですね。地質調査、何があったか、これを調べていきましょう。では本日はこの辺でご視聴ありがとうございました。